Hey guys, what's up? It's Eric Paul, and it's episode 2 of the Charlotte Bobcats Association. I did not ditch this one, like a lot of people do. What you're seeing right now is just flash through of the second month of the season. I didn't want to show every individually simmed game because that would be pretty boring. But you've seen the records here. Both conferences were still in a steady last place. That's kind of the idea here. For anyone that didn't see episode 1, it's called the wash season. I call it the wash season. I try to make the team suck. But at the same time, I've got $26 million in cap space. So it's not all bad. So here's the end of the 4th month, I think, of the season. Losing a lot. Here's another end of a month. Anyway, let's see the standings again. Just got to be sure. Strong, 16 wins. We're not the worst team ever, and that's probably because my playbook strategy is pretty old and really refined. I'm looking at Paul George here in the free agency. He would be a great fit for this team, but he's got that 2-year team option. I'm not, making any bets that I'm going to get him. So my plan is to pick up a draft pick, that other draft pick I have from the Raptors, and trade that for him, and that might work. Especially the actual pick versus the actual player versus the pick. Here's the final record here of the season. Last place. That's good. Now let's get to the playoffs. I'm going to actually show this all these awards that we got too. There's Kevin Durant, obviously, MVP. Dwight Howard. I actually had one player make it into the rookie team. Oh, yeah. These are kind of ideal players here. I wish these guys were on my team. Paul George right there, see? He's on an all-NBA defensive team, so, and right here, wouldn't you know, Isaiah Thomas, all-rookie first team. He should have gotten that in real life, but, what are you going to do? But, he was good enough to make that. I believed in him, and he beat out Kemba Walker, so that was a positive trade for us. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, let's start simming some playoff rounds. All right, so the Lakers win. Whoa, it's going fast. Well, it's a Heat Lakers final. That's all that really matters, right? Right. Somehow the Lakers have home court advantage. But let's see what happens here. The Heat win Game 4, Game 5. Okay, they just wrapped it up. Yeah, that was expected, obviously, because it's the Heat and somehow they're unstoppable. I'm actually going to show some drills now so I can talk about my plans for the offseason. Isaiah Thomas, I developed his outside shot, and I got that up to an A, and that combines medium and three-point shot in one ranking. So it's an A, so I really don't have to touch that anymore. But I noticed his IQ was C+, so I wanted to touch on that, see if I can get that up to maybe even a B+ or an A-, after next season. Because, he's got to be smart if I'm simming all these games. Another thing with the draft, I'll show you my actual draft, my scouted picks. Obviously, Anthony Davis, Harrison Barnes, Bradley Beal, those guys. and even Fab Melo and Kyle O'Quinn is my star of the second round. I'm going to see what he can do. And I think I might even start him at center, depending on what Byron Mullins does development-wise, because he's only 22, and he has potential, apparently, according to the game. But that I'll cross that bridge when I get there, because I'm talking over a video that I just made. So I have no idea what I'm truly going to do at that point. It's all just talk. Another thing, Gerald Henderson, I said I was going to develop him, and I have quite well. I've actually made his shot very effective because I've done all these shooting drills with him throughout the season. But I'm thinking maybe a sixth man. It all depends on what happens in the draft and if I can get Paul George or not. Or by the way, OJ Mayo, I mentioned him in the last video. Yeah, the Grizzlies re-signed him to a 6-year deal. He's done. I'm not gonna try to get him. He's a little bit too old. I know 24 is young. No, I want like really, really young players, like 22 maximum, and that's what Paul George is. He fits the bill, and he's a swing man, so that really, really helps with my roster plans. Or, well, I can't remember if Paul George is a swingman or a combo guard. But, it really doesn't matter because it's beneficial in both ways anyway. The draft, I might get Thomas Robinson as my second pick. And that is if I fall to the spot that the Raptors are, which I didn't mention earlier, is 9. They're ninth worst, or in the league, 9th worst. So that means basically all the good players, all the best players will be taken by that spot. And Thomas Robinson, for some reason in this game, is being really underrated and underhyped. Go figure, video game, being all intelligent. And Thomas Robinson, unfortunately, if any Thomas Robinson fans are watching, he's probably going to be trade fodder. I really have no plans for him, especially with the very, very likely acquisition of Anthony Davis, and the fact that I'll be getting Kyle O'Quinn, who will possibly be starting, and Byron Mullins. There's just not going to be enough roster room for him. He'll be too good to be a backup at the same time, where he'll request a trade. So I can't have Thomas Robinson on this roster. But if I can't draft Anthony Davis, then that might be my best bet, is to just draft Thomas Robinson if I get screwed in the draft lottery. But that's also another bridge that I haven't gotten to yet, that I still have to cross. Also, with the development of Bismack Biyombo, he's looking like he's going to be the backup power forward anyway. So Thomas Robinson, even more doesn't fit with this roster with Anthony Davis. I'm hoping though that I can draft both of them and then trade Robinson for a guard, because that's what I really need, a really good guard, not like Gerald Henderson where he might develop into a decent player, but Paul George where he could be an all-star. And then, combine that with Isaiah Thomas and his incredible development as a player. The Charlotte Bobcats are going to be a force to be reckoned with after this offseason. I can guarantee that. At least we could even make the playoffs. at most, maybe a 4 or 5 seed. I doubt we're going to make it to the finals if we even make the playoffs, because let's face it, the Heat are still going to be the best. And then it's going to be the third season that's going to be the key here. And just stop boring you people out there, you guys out there. I'm actually, after the off season in this season, I'm going to actually post a game, a few games actually, probably one game per month of the season, just for kicks. I really like. I'm only doing this just so I have some better content to put out instead of just pages of information. That can get pretty boring for some people. For me, I suck it up like a vacuum cleaner. It's so ridiculously awesome. Anyway, the video is coming to an end here. I'm Eric Paul. Episode 2, Bobcats Association. And I'm signing out. Thanks for watching.